Well, hello. Welcome to Creating Cards with Sherry. I'm Sherry, and I'm so glad that you have joined me today for my Simple Sunday video. As you can see, I'm still not in my craft room, so we'll just go ahead and do what we can with the card today. I came up with an idea to show you that I think will work pretty well. Today we dug into door number 5 and found that it had some um, decorative masks, I think is what they're called. Anyway, there are 4 different sheets with different opened cuts on them, and you can create cards by putting them on top of each other. Now, as you can see, well, you can't see that one because I tried to color it to see if it would show up and it didn't. But every one of these decorative masks, and I think if I get close enough, maybe you won't. Oh, but there. I gotta get it in the right light. There's a number 3 on that. I think you can see it. But each one is numbered. And so that's the order that you want to work with them. They work by laying them on, they layer. You can put them on top of each other to make your designs. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. Um, the colors that I'm using is Early Espresso, Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, Pumpkin Pie, and Daffodil Delight. All right, and we're going to see how that all falls together. Now, what I have done is I have put the first mask on a board. Okay, and I'm going to put this down just a little bit so that you can see better of what I'm doing. This is mask number 1, and in order to, they only give you one brush in the set. And that's fine if you can rinse it off in between, let it dry a little bit, and then go to the next color. But what I have chosen to do here this morning, or this afternoon, is I grabbed some of my water painters, and just gonna use the brushes on those, and hopefully that will work. Now, one of the things that you want to do when you use these is you want to press your uh, see what it does is it makes a nice, it gives you a nice bit of ink there, but you got to press the two ends together. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm starting with my Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to I'm just going to dab right in there. I don't want to drop this. There's so many different layouts that it's just like tipping. Okay. And then I'm just going to go through and I'm going to paint right over that. Where all the open spaces. That's where I'm painting. And it's kind of fun because as you go through and fill in all the different spots, you begin to see kind of what it's going to look like. Now, again, it works better if you have a thicker brush, but in order to save time today, I just chose to grab my painter brushes, and it is an option that you have. It just takes longer with these thin painter brushes, that's all. So if you have the patience to do it, it works great. Okay, so it looks like I have that area pretty much done. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the other ones. I trust that you all have had a good week. I can tell summer's over with. It is definitely fall here. Today was the coldest we have had. It's been in the 30s today. I think the high was has been 34 or 35, something like that. So it's crazy cold for the first day. For the first time, we put on our winter coats this morning. So when you get those out, the warm days are over for a while. And if you happen to be in a state where it's much warmer, you're pretty lucky. Okay. I'm running out of my ink. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this and press some more. Okay. Now what I chose to do is in making this card, I'm using cherry cobbler as my base. And then I just took some white cardstock, basic white cardstock, and started painting on it with these decorative masks. Okay, I'm just gonna stick it in front of me so I can see it a little better. And we have this one up here. I want to make sure that I get all those empty spaces because that's the key. The key is to make sure that you get all the spaces taken care of because when you start to layer these things, um, you're not going to have anything empty because it'll just look kind of funny. Just a little bit more here on this little one. And then we have one more big space. I don't know if you can see them. There you go. One more big space to take care of. And when I'm done painting this, then I'm going to show you a couple tips that will help you as well. Almost done here. Okay, I'm going to bring it towards myself so I can see it a little better. Make sure that I have all my space filled. There we go. All right. Now for today's purposes, I put this up on a magnetic board so that you could see it. And I'm going to show you some tips that I used here. All right. Every masking or every piece here, it's not only numbered, but it also has a notch. See that little notch there? And that means that that's the same direction that you want to put everything so that when you layer these, you get them in the right spot. So what I did is I took a pencil and lightly marked all the way around my piece. So that way, when I get to the next one, I know I can lay it exactly there as well. And I'm using washi tape to put that, to just secure it in the right place so that it doesn't move on me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put my washi tape down. Make sure I have it all lined up right. Okay, now we're going to get rid of the Daffodil Delight and we're going to pull out the pumpkin pie. And again, you want to squeeze the two ends together so that you get that nice big pool to work with. All right. And I am going to begin. Oh, I gotta get the magnets up here so I can show it to you. Here's the other one. Maybe that'll do those. All right. And then I'm just going to start to paint into those open areas that are on here. Now you're going to get all over the mask itself, which is fine. Doesn't matter because what's in the holes is what's going to show up on your paper. Okay, these are a bunch of little holes, so I need to make sure that I get into each one of these little holes. Because if I don't, it's not going to show up right. Okay, there we go. Then I want to go over these other layers. And it's going to be, you're going to be surprised to see how it looks when you're done. All right, I need to get some more ink on my pad. So I hope you can see that's okay. I'm having a hard time knowing where my chair is and where everything is to show you how this is done. Okay. And when you have it in front of you, you'll be able to see where all the open spaces are that you need to paint. It'll be a little easier to see than what you can see me doing right now. Right now, it looks like I have a bunch of blobs everywhere. I understand that. But you'll see what happens when we get done. I'm just making sure right now that I have all the little crevices taken care of. Okay, I'm done with this masks number 2. And we're going to take that off. Now these masks, they clean off really easy. You just have to put warm water on them and they'll wash right off. Okay. So what's happening to our picture? Well, that's how it looks right now. All right, now I'm going to take mask number 3. Oops, that's 4. I don't want that one. I'm going to use mask number 3, and I'm going to put that right in that same spot and put my piece down with the washi tape. When you're done, You don't even have to make the full square around it. When I did this originally, or the pencil square is what I'm referring to, I just did a line up here and a line down here. And then I was able to just erase it. It really came apart easily. Okay, I'm going to get my Granny Apple Green. Yeah. And I think this time, let's see, what have I got here? Yeah, we'll use this one. Big thick brush. And I'm gonna get my magnets on here so you can see it. And I'm just gonna go over this real quick. There's just a few pieces on here. And with this thick brush, it won't take long for us to get through it at all. What's fun about doing these is as you continue on, you begin to see your whole picture and your card come alive, I guess you could say, because you really begin to see all the different pieces, and it's fun to get all the different colors in there. Okay. I think we just about have it. And we'll take this off and apart so you can see what Caroline did. That just put a few leaves in there. Okay. Kind of cool. It's starting to look like something. It's not totally done yet, but almost. Okay, and then we're going to take our fourth decorative piece. And again, we're going to lay it down within that square that I drew and use the washi tape just to place it so that it doesn't move on me. And then, let's see, I have to make a decision here. Okay, I'm going to take the brush that they gave us, and I'm going to use my garden green. There we go. I'm actually going to use two different colors on this mask. So, oh, get this in place for you. So I'm going to take my green and I'm going to go over this. It looks like I'm going over the whole thing that I did before, but I'm not. There's these really small little areas in there. And basically what it's going to do is it's just going to bring some emphasis to your leaves. You'll be able to see veins in your leaves and that sort of thing. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm just highlighting those areas. Okay, I think I pretty much have that. And then for the rest of it, I'm going to use my early espresso. And what did I do with the hair? This. Now this one I've had trouble getting the ink to go. I'm not sure why that is. I get a little bit. Um, but what I did do to help get it started, just so you know, is I had taken my refill for my early espresso and I had just put a couple dots in there and then I squished it together and that brought that out. So then I could use it really easy. So I'm using my like really fine thin lined brush here because these are really fine, thin lines in here that I'm doing. And these are going to be branches. For some reason, my brush is splitting, and I think it's because I'm having a hard time seeing where the line in which I'm trying to get through. So I'm just going to bring it down here a little bit, and then I'll raise it so that you can see what it looks like. I'm also